We knew nothing about Gdańsk before we went there, other than that flights there were pretty cheap. Once we got there, though, we were blown away by how much history there is there. Our stay in Gdańsk convinced us to extend our planned 2 weeks in Poland to 5 weeks.
Here are the top 10 things we think you should do in Gdańsk.
Number 10. Have a meal at a milk bar. Milk bars are a leftover from the communist era. They are cafeteria-style restaurants where the servers are gruff, the meals are cheap, the portions generous, and the food delicious. We went to Bar Mleczny Neptune, but you can find lots of others all over Poland.
Number 9. Visit the Amber Museum. Amber is big in Gdańsk, and you'll see plenty of amber shops just walking around the city. The Amber Museum houses some incredible inclusions, which are various animals and insects fossilised in amber, as well as just some cool things made of amber.
Number 8. Go on a day trip to Sopot. Sopot is a small seaside town not far from Gdańsk, and we loved walking along the oldest wooden port in Europe, as well as seeing the famous Crooked House. Worth a day trip.
Number 7. Eat pierogi at Mandu. If only Nikki were making this list, this would be much higher. Mandu is heaven for pierogi lovers, with good reason. There's a lot of Polish pierogi, but there are also dumplings from all over the world. Tip: come on off-peak hours and be prepared to wait a long time in line.
Number 6. Walk around Westerplatte. Westerplatte was one of the 2 sites in Gdańsk where World War II started, and nowadays Westerplatte houses an open-air museum for free where you can walk around and see the ruins of the buildings destroyed on that fateful day. It's a sobering experience, but well worth it.
Number 5. Visit the Solidarity Museum. We're not huge fans of museums, but this one was so well done that it captured even our imagination. It's interactive, thorough, and just plain fun. Plus, if you come on Wednesdays, entrance is free.
Number 4. Go on the Solidarity walking tour. We showed up for a Solidarity walking tour on a very snowy day, and the tour was so good we didn't mind walking around in minus 16-degree weather. Our guide was so informative and passionate, and we really felt we understood so much more about the Solidarity movement after the tour. We'll link to the tour that we did from Walkative Tours, but we're sure there are other companies providing the same thing.
Very important. Yeah, sort of, but they had no choice.
Number 3. Visit the World War II Museum. We can't believe we have 2 museums on our list. We're really not museum people, but this is an exception. World War II had such a profound effect on Poland in general, and Gdańsk in particular, so we really recommend learning about it here. It was a little emotional, but we definitely enjoyed our time here, and we're glad we did it.
Number 2. Go on a walking tour of the Old Town. This is one of our favorite ways to see a new city, and this tour was no exception. Gdańsk, while not the flashiest city, has its own charms, and we loved walking around and exploring its hidden gems.
Number 1. See the post office where World War II began. Something historical topped our list, which is crazy, but that's just the sort of city Gdańsk is. The post office, which you should see as part of the walking tour of the Old Town, is the most important thing to see in Gdańsk. You really have to come here to grieve for everything the Poles lost that day, and to understand what freedom means to them. If you see nothing else, see this.
Gdańsk really took us aback. We had no idea that such a small, sleepy town had played such an important role in world affairs. We wouldn't hesitate to recommend it if you're looking for something a little off the beaten path. Come for the pierogi, stay for the history.
Since we made this video, we couldn't resist but go back to Gdańsk. Something unusual for us because we rarely visit the same city twice. It turns out that Gdańsk is even more beautiful in the spring than in the winter. All the more reason for you to check it out. So I can't make up his mind whether it's water or something. Oh, really sad.
Don't forget to subscribe to join us in our travels.
Also, check out our Lucky Dippers podcast.